Hello, good afternoon. Ireland's Prime Minister says the country has voted resoundingly to end its strict anti-abortion laws. The Main No campaign has conceded defeat. The votes from yesterday's referendum are still being counted, but exit polls suggest 2/3 of people have backed change. The Irish government says it will now amend the law, allowing terminations in the first 12 weeks of pregnancy. Our Ireland correspondent Emma Vardy reports.
More emphatically than anyone predicted, Ireland has voted for change. Exit polls indicated a landslide in favour of repealing the controversial law which has restricted access to abortion for so long.
Absolute shock. As I said, we were hoping a few percent, but I mean, 68%, 69% last night was just absolutely crazy.
People are more accepting, I think, than we thought they were. I think we underestimated the Irish people in a way.
We're righting wrong of the last 35 years.
Before midday, the No campaign conceded defeat.
Obviously we're very sad if the exit polls are the results, which certainly looks to be the case. And I think what we will have to do now is just see where we go from here as a movement, and where we will be going from here is to hold the government to account for what they said.
People had actually made up their minds.
The Irish government now plans to bring forward legislation to allow abortions up to 12 weeks of pregnancy, something opponents say they will continue to campaign against.
Even in an issue that is as deeply emotive and personal for people as this one, that is the right way to do it. And what's more, by the way, you can still passionately believe that the decision of the people is wrong, as I happen to do.
The official declaration is expected this afternoon, but already the tallies here tell us a great deal. Large piles of yes votes and the realisation that Ireland may have changed as a country more than anyone believed. With more than 3 million people registered to vote, it's thought this referendum saw a higher turnout than the country's same-sex marriage vote in 2015. An intense campaign at an end, and Ireland on the brink of a new era. This country was once seen as one of the most socially conservative in Europe, but today is another benchmark showing how much attitudes have moved on. Now, the official declaration will be here in the next few hours, but already the focus has shifted to looking at how soon the Irish government can bring forward legislation to put into action the democratic will of people that's been expressed today. And when that happens, it will be an end to the thousands of Irish women who travel to Britain to access abortions there, a fact that's played a big part in this campaign.
Emma Vardy in Dublin, thank you very much. Thousands more Liverpool fans have been arriving in Ukraine's capital Kiev ahead of tonight's Champions League final against Real Madrid. The Spanish side is the bookies' favourite, but Liverpool fans are convinced their team can win. David Ornstein reports from Kiev.
The capital of Ukraine, tonight the centre of the sporting world. Moments to be treasured for supporters who've waited 11 years to be back on this stage and made it to Kiev despite travel and accommodation havoc, leaving many stuck at home.
I just feel sorry for people who haven't been able to get here, and we're just made up to be here now.
The atmosphere is incredible, beautiful city.
I genuinely see it 3-0 Liverpool.
Fans are a massive part of this club, massive part of Liverpool, and they've played a massive part in us getting this far in this competition. Hopefully our fans can create an atmosphere like they have similar to Anfield, because it's made a big difference to us.
Liverpool's journey started in the qualifying rounds on the 15th of August. They're the competition's top scorers and plan to embellish their famous history.
I'm really happy being here with this group of players. They fought so unbelievable hard for this, and I really think they deserve it to be here, and it feels good. I'm really proud of them already, and now let's play football.
Well, inside the hotel behind me, Liverpool are preparing for the biggest game of their lives. In just a few hours, they'll make the short journey from here to the Olympic Stadium and attempt to win club football's most sought-after prize. Come on, Larry!
Pressure's all on Madrid. And I think it's great being the underdog, and I think probably that's what Jurgen Klopp's been saying to them all week, just saying, look, you know, no one expects us to win. And my gut feeling is, I don't know how they're going to do it, but I just think that Liverpool will win the competition.
Nobody has done that more than Real Madrid. They're synonymous with the trophy and hope to lift it for a third consecutive year. In Liverpool, though, they face a club, a team, a fan base with an unshakable belief that this is their time.
Now, it's actually a repeat of the 1981 final, which Liverpool won, and their aim is to do the same again. There'll be around 70,000 spectators inside the ground, many millions more watching around the world. The mood is one of great excitement. The glory is within sight, and the kickoff is 7:45.
David Ornstein there in Kiev. MPs say a programme to protect Afghan civilians who worked as interpreters for the British Army has been a dismal failure. The Defence Select Committee says the so-called intimidation scheme has failed to relocate any interpreters to the UK, even when their lives have been threatened by the Taliban. The government says Britain is the only nation that has a team in Kabul to try to protect them. South Korea's President Moon Jae-in has met the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un today for more talks aimed at resurrecting the planned summit with Donald Trump. It's the second meeting between the two leaders in the demilitarized zone which divides their countries. South Korea says it will announce the outcome of the talks tomorrow. The government has referred the owner of Boots to the competition authorities over the prices it's charging the NHS for some drugs. An investigation by the Times newspaper found that Walgreens Boots Alliance is charging more than £1,000 for some medicines which can be bought for just a few pounds. Well, our business correspondent Joe Lynham is here with me. Joe, what's the explanation and the background to all of this?
Yeah, well, we're talking about drugs called specials. Now, these are highly specialised, made-to-order, at very short notice drugs for the NHS, made by specialised technicians. They make up only of the overall drugs market for the NHS, but nonetheless the figures being demanded by Walgreens from the NHS for its drugs on the surface appear to be quite extraordinary. Let me give you an example. £3,200 charged to the NHS for arthritis tablets, which in some circumstances could be procured for as little as £1. As you can see, there are other examples. £2,600 for specialist sleeping pills, also procurable for as little as £1. Walgreens Boots Alliance, which owns the retailer Boots, is not disputing the figures obtained by the Times in their investigation, but they are flatly rejecting the idea that they're overcharging the NHS for this. They're stressing that these are specialist drugs, and they look forward to discussing the issue with the Competition and Markets Authority and the government. The Department of Health, which referred the matter to the CMA, said that patients and taxpayers would take a very dim view of a company overcharged the NHS. And NHS England said that any company that ripped off taxpayers faced the full force of civil or criminal enforcement.
Joe Lynham, thanks very much. Now, leaving aside the Champions League, although how could we? The rest of the day's sport is with Mike Bushell at the BBC Sports Centre. Afternoon to you, Mike. Very much. And that's it from us for now as well. The next news on BBC One is at 5:35.